Hello, my name is Daniel Teklai, and I just want to share my thoughts on a book I just finished. The title of the book is My Key-Shaped Country, written by a young man named Daniel Mulugeta. Daniel Mulugeta, who has actually done a tremendous job in putting this book together. It's a work of fiction, 245 pages, amazingly done, from the writing style to the story itself. I'm here to say I highly recommend it, and I want to encourage you to get a copy of your own and read it, and I'm sure you will agree as well. So here are my thoughts on why I think that this book is worth your time. Book is a work of fiction written in English, and it's a work of fiction, but historical fiction, or a story based on true story. And this story covers what as Eritreans call the pre-independence era. But 15 years before that, which actually covers from 1976 until 1991, when the war ended. And this era that's actually covered in the story happens to be my formative years as well. I grew up in Asmara, and this is actually part of it is a story that I witnessed myself. So I was wondering how a young man who was actually born way later than that, born in the United States, and at the time of when he completed this book, he's only 19 at this time actually. So I was maybe a bit skeptical on, how accurate could it be? How could he know that? How could someone who was born here, raised here in this century, know enough about a period that's as intricate as the one we grew up in? And I'm here to tell you, I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised and proud of this young man on how well he has done, how well he researched the story. And of course, any good storyteller can write a story not only about the homeland of his ancestors, or where his parents were born and raised, but also you can go back centuries and even write stories like that. It's all about how capable you are. And Daniel Mulugeta is indeed, he has that kind of capacity, and I'm sure once you read the book, you'll agree. So the story it's a story of pre-independence and the cost of independence, what the freedom fighters and their families have to pay in terms of a price. Be that as it may, it's also a typical story of many Eritrean families. And the author, Daniel, has done a great job of weaving the history into a story. That's what makes him a good storyteller. And the way he puts it together, one family member, in this case, his name is Binyam, he lives to be a freedom fighter. He joins the freedom fighters as a liberation movement fighter. But the story is not about the heroic deeds of freedom fighters, what they have to do to win the war. It's actually about those who left behind. In this case, his younger brother, Musie. So the whole story is narrated through the eyes of Musie and his years after his brother left, all the way through independence. So he's growing up to be a young man, to make life choices, to live life under a brutal regime, and with all the fears and the arrests and the pain and suffering families experience. And it's also a story about a family and an extended family of a family with a mother, father, grandparents, and what they have to do and so on. So it's really nicely done. I don't want to go into the details. I don't want to spoil the story for you. But I'm here to say how again, I keep saying this is a unique book. But what makes it very unique for me, or extra unique for me, is the author. As I mentioned, he's only 19, but he is wise beyond his years. And I'm very sure he will, for years to come, he will surprise us with more works of fiction, and I'm sure he'll be very successful in life as well. And I'm saying this confidently because I actually did get a chance to chat with him for what was going to be a few minutes, and which extended to a couple of hours via Zoom call, and I got to know him a little bit about his motive behind writing this book and his observations on current situations and his future aspirations and so on. So I am to say I'm proud of you, young man. to know you as a young Eritrean writer, as an Eritrean American writer, as a parent myself of kids your age. I'm very proud of this generation, and I like to say actually congratulations to your parents who have done, I'm sure, amazing job to make you the way you are, and also congratulations to you on the success of this book. I mean, successful completion of this book, but I'm sure it will be successfully distributed as well. And I really recommend everyone to not only read it, but come and share your thoughts. And I'm sure there are some things that you will relate as well. My final thought is for you to just Google his name, Daniel Mulugeta, and one of the first things that will come up is his book on Amazon, and just couple of clicks, you can order the book. The next day, 2 days, you'll have the book. So once again, congrats to you, Daniel, to your parents, and to all the members of the Eritrean community. Take care. Bye-bye.